Alright, y'all. As y'all see, I'm back in Germany, and I was going to do like a whole thing where I was going to put on my Stars jacket, put on my Star shirt, or like a Resident Evil shirt. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me right now. So you getting this, me laying half in bed, because I finally saw the Resident Evil movie. And yes, I am mad ass late to this party, but you have to understand something. The rule was for me, I was not going to go see this Resident Evil movie unless the shit was on a streaming service for free. I was not paying human money of any kind. I wasn't paying $1. I wasn't paying €1. I wasn't paying a peso. I wasn't paying a fucking ruble or what the fuck ever. I wasn't paying human money to go see that movie. I was only gonna watch it if it was on for free. So let me tell you the story of me watching on the plane, which on the plane watching Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. So it started. I was 2.5 hours into my flight because I had watched Moonlight. Yes, I love that movie. I don't know why the fuck I don't own it. But yes, the 2015. Remember that joint where the Oscars fucked up and they were like, no, this movie, like, I'm thinking it was a tap dancing movie. I don't know, some LA stories or what the fuck ever it was called. And they were like, no, it was Moonlight was the best picture. I was watching that. I love that movie. It's a 2.5 hour long movie, but it was a 8 hours and some change flight. So I was like, okay, I watched this. So after Moonlight went off, I took a Benadryl and was like, I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and then I'll watch something. But after I took my Benadryl, I was like, let me see what I want to watch before I go to sleep. So then when I wake up, I can watch it. Thumb through all the movies and they had Welcome to Raccoon City. I was like, God damn it. I looked, it was like almost 2 hours. It was like 111 minutes. And I was like, shit, I'm going to have to fucking watch this because if I go to sleep and I'm asleep for like 4 or 5 hours, that won't leave me time to see the whole movie. But I was like, well, I took a Benadryl. I might fall asleep. Maybe I'll fall asleep watching the movie. Because I tend to fall asleep even when I'm at the movie theater. If some shit is boring, I will fall asleep on it. I have done that since I was a kid. And I continue to do that to this day. So, and my husband can't stand when I do that at the movies. But it's like, he gonna be alright though. Because it's a grand tradition. If some shit is boring, I'm falling asleep on your damn movie. So, I watched it. And I watched it with the knowledge of going in knowing how bad people hated this movie. I'm sorry it's so dark. A cloud is passing through and like, I really don't feel like going downstairs. So, pardon the lighting. So, I was like, I started it and I knew it was going to be bad because I watched all those reviews for it last year. And it's one of those situations, you know something is going to be a train wreck, even though you know in your heart of hearts it's going to blow. It's going to blow hard. You still watched it. So I did that. And it is bad. Let me just say, it is a disaster. But in fairness, it's a disaster that could have been a lot worse. It was bad, but to me, it wasn't biting on the couch bad. But maybe I have that perspective because, like I said, I watched a bunch of reviews for it. So it's going to be kind of scattered because I'm still really jet lagged. I was awake and watched it and was annoyed watching it. But, like, it's all a jumbled mess in my brain, and I did not take notes. I just didn't feel like it. So it starts off with this fucking tiddlywink kid singing like music, and it's just like, what the fuck is happening? So like, it's Claire is a child sleeping in bed with a child Chris, and like Lisa Trevor is like trundling up and like, I don't even know, just trundling up like, you're my friend or what the fuck ever. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening with this? What's going on? So it fast forwards a little bit to like the present day, and I don't know. And Claire's in the truck with the truck dude for Resident Evil 2, not the truck dude for Silent Hill, but the truck dude for Resident Evil, and he's like basically coming on her and like I really could have did without this scene. And granted, it is kind of verbatim, except they threw Claire was driving with him, but it's kind of verbatim from like the game from the remakes Resident Evil 2, where the truck dude is eating a sandwich, drops some shit, but he was looking at Claire in the movie, and like he hits this lady. Claire gets out the car like, oh my god, we gotta take the body. You do, even in the 90s, you did not take the damn body. You're on a fucking like truck with a truck dude. The truck dude has a radio, and he should have been like radioing, but he's like, no, I can't be radioing in, cause like, bleh. I'm like, this is dumb. This is absolutely fucking stupid. She's all like, we need to wrap up the body. You're not doing that even in 1998. No one was doing that. He should have called on the radio and been like, breaker, or whatever truck people would say. I hit some bitch, and that's just what the fuck happened. So the bitch goes, the zombie lady goes trundling off somewhere, because they're like, everybody has their back conveniently turned away from the zombie, not paying attention to the situation. She gets up and shuffles off somewhere. The dog comes out because he had a Doberman pinscher and like starts lapping at the blood. I have 2 fucking dogs in this house. I have 2 fucking dogs in my room right now. If I'm bleeding or somebody was bleeding, they're not lapping up the blood. It would have been more realistic if the dog got blood on its nose and that's what turned it. But no, it's like lapping it up. And I'm just like, okay, this is fucking stupid. So there was that. Then Leon Carlos, because that's what I'm calling him from now on. Leon Carlos wakes up. He's got the blanket wrapped over top of him. And he wakes up and like it cuts weird because like he's at a motel, but then it cuts to him at work or like I don't even think he was at the RPD. I think he was asleep at the counter at the place where the girl was talking about Jill's sandwich. What the fuck kind of editing is this? Because I was like, wait a minute, he just woke up and was at the motel, but now he's asleep at the counter? What? And I hadn't moved. So I'm like, what is happening? So it was, I don't understand what was happening. And like, it was, oh, and by the way, in case y'all didn't know, Paul S.W. Anderson fucking executive produced this movie. Because I happened to catch that shit as the opening credits is the kids all, like singing that, whatever the fuck they were singing before we got to the Claire and them scene in the orphanage. I saw Paul S.W. Anderson had executive produced it, and I'm like, oh, no wonder this was some bullshit. So, can we not, side note, can we not just have a situation where, like I said, I don't want to hurt Paul S.W. Anderson. I just don't want him having contact with other humans anymore. We need to get it together to put this man on a boat and put that boat out to sea. And the rule is he can no longer have any contact with human society. And like the only humans he can talk to is his wife, Mila Jovovich, or whatever the fuck her name is, and their kids. And like that's the only people he's allowed to talk to. I don't want to hurt him. Just he has to live on this boat in the middle of the ocean forever, and somebody has to drone drop him food, water, and other supplies. Cause he can't be a part of human society anymore. These movies are just getting worse. And it's just like, what the fuck is happening? And I don't know what's happening. And I can understand why they're so there. Oh, wait, what's going on? Because I kept asking that. I kept asking it, dude. I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. Let me talk about some of the key points where some people were angry at the Itchy Tasty situation. And a couple years, like a decade ago, there were these dudes that made fan-based movies on video games. And the last movie they did was Resident Horror or Eternal Horror, something like that. But it was their Resident Evil take. And it's super low budget, but it's also like a comedy. They did the Itchy Tasty as a joke. Dude was eating food And then this one dude was turned into a zombie, and the zombie dude was like itchy, and the dude eating was like tasty. Why the fuck did that go over better than what the fuck they did? Cause like Claire, she breaks into Chris's house, and then like, I don't know, the lady, cause she sees the lady that turns into the itchy tasty chick, and she's in her house looking all fucked up with her kid, and the kid looking all kind of fucked up too. And it's like, what the fuck? And then she breaks into Claire's, and she writes that itchy tasty and blood on the door, and it's just like, and the only thing I kept thinking, I was like, the dude from X-Strike made that itchy tasty make more sense than this made, and this is a multi-million-dollar movie. I don't even think X-Strike had multi-thousands of dollars to do their movie, and it was still made better sense than what the fuck they did. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know what's going on. Like, the weird love triangle between Jill and Chris and Wesker, that did not need to be shoehorned in there. And I mean, it was shoehorned into the situation. It was like, they just squoze it in there and that nobody fucking asked for it. And I'm just like, we could have did without this lame, nonsensical, non-useful to the story plot point. So, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but that's what was happening. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? The stuff with William Birkin. Like, I don't understand what they were trying to do. Like, I get what they were trying to do, sort of, but, like, there was no good execution. It was literally that line on The Simpsons. It was just a bunch of stuff that happens, and that's really why it's a jumbled mess in my brain, because the movie itself is a jumbled damn mess in their brains. And they're gonna make a sequel. No one asked for this. No one asked for this. No one's clamoring for a sequel. And I'm at the point where I'm disagreeing with the idea of hate watching shit, because that's just encouraging people to do stuff. Like, well, they'll hate watch this too. Why? And then the way it ended, and I'm skipping over a lot because, like I said, it's all a jumbled, mangled mess in my head, but that was pretty much the movie, a jumbled, mangled mess, except it was set to fucking film. And, like, the end, they all get out of the thing. Oh, my God. Before I get to that, it's real quick, too, but before I get to that, why was the computer graphics so lame? Again, X-Strike I don't think they had a multi-$1,000 budget, and what they did looked better, and it wasn't like, it just was a fucking mess. William Birkin's transformation was one of the lamest fucking things I think I'd ever seen. I think I could draw shit scarier than what the fuck they put on actual film. I don't know what the fuck that last transformation was supposed to be. It was bad. It was shockingly bad for a movie with a multi-million-dollar budget. That was appallingly bad. And then, like, the zombies look bad. It was like, I understand you had to do this shit under COVID restrictions. I'm fine with that. That's okay. But I've been to anime cons where the zombies look more fucked up than that. All three of them, by the way. But like I said, that was COVID restrictions. That's fine. I don't know why the fuck the makeup was looking all shitty and dumb. And, like, it just looked like they pulled some people off the street, threw, like, powder or cornstarch on their face and was just, like, just shamble around and we'll make it work. Y'all ain't even fix that in post. Weren't y'all supposed to fix that in post? Yeah, we didn't feel like it. Okay. Those are fucking definite choices, but what the fuck do I know? I don't know. So, yeah, that was bad. That wasn't fun. And I was just like, and then there was one scene where the umbrella sweeper people were there and they had the gas mask on. Again, I've seen cosplay look better than that. I just looked at that dude like, this is the shittiest gas mask I've ever seen, and I've been to anime cons. I am a frequent event attendee at an anime con, and I've seen anime con people have better shit than a multi-million-dollar budgeted movie. What the fuck is going on? And then the ending. They get out of the shit. Claire, Leon, Carlos, my fault. Claire, Leon, Carlos, Chris, Jill, and Sherry. They just all come out the tunnel, and then it's like Resident Evil. That was just like, y'all just ended this so damn abruptly. They were like, fuck it, we're done here. And that was the way it ended. And I'm just like, wow. Whoa. I am so glad I saw this for free. It's a jumbled mess in my head. There's plenty more I'm forgetting, like Birkin wearing the Tall Oaks t-shirt. I was fine. That kind of fan service I was fine with. Like the Emmy's Diner, that's where Claire went at least in the original Resident Evil. Like a Resident Evil 2 game, Claire went to Emmy's, and that was where dude, like, that guy's a maniac. Why did he break? Oh no, he was at the Texaco station. But that was where she saw the zombie in there and like ran into Leon. But I am floored. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad, but it was stuff that was fixable too. Like, it could have just been easily fixed if they taken a little more care. It was just like, oh, we're going to do this. And like, you didn't exit. It was like you did not understand the assignment. I asked you, the assignment was, what did you do for summer vacation? You're giving me the life and times of Beethoven. I don't think you got the assignment. And like, while I appreciate it, and I will give you a D+ for like your time and effort, but y'all, it was a multi-million-dollar movie, and I don't necessarily see where those multi-millions went. Like, what the fuck? So, I want to watch it again to give a better, more coherent review, but still, everybody wants me to pay for it. I refuse. I don't give a fuck what currency it is in. I'm not paying for that movie. After seeing it on the plane, having forfeit sleep, which you don't fuck without trying to sleep. I forfeited sleep, and I fucking forfeited a goddamn Benadryl just for that claptrap. I refuse to pay for that. I paid for that. I physically didn't pay cash money, but I fucking paid with my time and sanity, because goddamn, that movie was a wreck. It was a fucking wreck, and I don't understand. And now they're coming out with a sequel that nobody fucking asked for. And it's for the end credit sequence, or not the end credit, but the mid credit roll sequence of Wesker popping back up and Ada coming through, or what the fuck ever. That was so useless. And one more gripe I have about it. Why did the Bravo team consist of 2 dudes? What the fuck was that doing? Like, they were like, we sent the Bravo team. And I was like, y'all did? Maybe that was like off screen or like during some other shit. The Bravo team consisted of Enrico and Dooley. And I was just like, how is that a team? A team is at least 3. Actually, a team is at least 4 people. A team is not 2 dudes in a prayer. Okay. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And I see, like I said, why they had that was going on, because I constantly was like, what the fuck is going on? So, I don't know. It was a train wreck. I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared. And I want to see it again, like I said, to give a more coherent review, but I refuse to pay money. I will never pay money to see this fucking movie. Y'all can go straight to fucking hell if you think I'm putting $1 into that movie. So, that is all I have on this. And, whoo! If you want a jumble hot mess, if you were looking for, and like, was there anything I liked? There's this one scene where Jill, like, Wesker's looking at this fucked up bird, and Jill shoots it. He's like, really? Like, I don't know. I really like that one quick little scene, but the rest of it, I was just sitting there like, I know the lady next to me probably thought I was fucking crazy, but it's like, you seeing this, right? I wouldn't have turned her like, you see, this movie is fucked up, man. But whatever, she gonna live with it, because I had to live with it. She had to live with it too. So that is all I have, and I'm getting the fuck out of here, and they need to stop. I swear to God, can we just put Paul S.W. Anderson on a boat so he can't harm people with these awful movies anymore, because it needs to stop. So, I don't know. Later.